What's up, Knicks fans? That's right, I am Victor Hatschbach from Knicks Fans Brazil channel. Today, this channel has a great honor. This channel brings Real J Live.
Hey,
Welcome, bro. Welcome to the Knicks Fans Brazil channel.
man, happy to be here. Viva Brazil. Let's go Knicks for sure, man. It's a beautiful collaboration of things that I love, man. I love Brazil. I love the Knicks. So happy to be here.
Man, I love United States. So, that's cool. First of all, my bro. Do you can introduce yourself for Brazilians?
Sure. J Live. The real is just for social. So Real J Live is on like the Twitter, the Instagram, and all of that. But it's just J Live. I'm a producer, MC primarily, and a DJ, hip hop artist, and an educator. I put out my first single 1995, my first album 1999. Been an independent artist pretty much my whole career. I've been to Brazil a couple of times to perform and to DJ. Been to Sao Paulo. I performed at the Chocolate Party with my boy Guigo.
I live in São Paulo.
Nice. I've been to Curitiba, Florianopolis. I've been. Let me see. Why did the camera go out? Did the camera go out? Oh no, there we go.
Yes, no, that's right. That's okay.
Been to Rio. Shout out to my brother Marichal, my boy Ike, my boy Kamal. Shout out to Lab Phantasma. Shout out to Us, MNC. So yeah, I know a little bit about Brazil.
Oh, great! I am born in Curitiba. I was born in Curitiba, but I live in São Paulo since 3 years. 3
Nice.
years in São Paulo. Oh, great, bro! Great. That interested. Your history. But man, I am curious. How do you start, bro? Your passion with basketball, with the Knicks?
Man, I grew up I grew up in Spanish Harlem. Been a Knicks fan all my life. My mother worked at Mount Sinai, and she used to get tickets. And I would go to some games when I was very young. So I've seen Patrick Ewing, Michael Jordan, John Starks. I've seen, that era. I've seen some games live from when I was very little all the way through my adult years. So, but just love it, man. I grew up right down the block from 96th Street, First Avenue. There was a court there. So I used to, watch the games, listen to Walt Frazier, and then, go try to emulate what I saw, just growing up with things. So, yeah, man, I'm just, regular, natural-born New Yorker, loving the Knicks all my life.
Bro, I am jealous. I so far away from this team, bro. And I miss Knicks great, bro. I miss. It's so complicated. Do you understand?
Yeah.
This passion with the Knicks is different, bro. It's totally different.
Yeah, it's. I think it's one of the smartest fan bases in all of sports, and it's definitely one of the most loyal fan bases. We used to joke around, man. If you want a good man, get you a Knicks fan because he's gonna be loyal. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. I know we've been through a lot, but yeah, man, it's like the community. Knowing you from Knicks Twitter, man. I love. I treat Twitter like my sports bar. I'm only there pretty much to promote music and then talk junk about the Knicks and the Giants. So, but it's a lot of fun.
And the music in New York and basketball walking together. Street ball and so close, nah? Basketball and the music.
Absolutely.
Man, this city deserves a great team, bro. Deserves.
It does, man. It does. I mean, Dykeman, Gauchos, you name it. All the tournaments, you know what I'm saying? There's so much history here. And, during our down years when people try to take the mantle of the Mecca away, it's like, no, you don't understand. It's not just about whether or not the Knicks are winning. This place lives and breathes basketball. in a way from not just the players, not just the street ball players, but the fans. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
we have a passion and a knowledge of the game, and that's what makes it the Mecca. Because when players come to the Garden, it's not just the building; it's the people in the building that have, you know, an awareness of the nuances of the game on such a level. You know what I'm saying? From the floor seats to the rafters, that it's like the little things that they're gonna cheer for. You know what I'm saying? I remember being at games and Charles Oakley would have the ball, and we love Oakley, but if he would look like he was about to shoot, you just hear like people groaning, like no. Yeah, exactly. But they're like, you know, even like say I could say the same thing for like Eddie Lee Wilkins, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like certain players, you know,
Yes.
because those are the
Yes.
I went to. You know, it's like Johnny Newman, Gerald Wilkins, Eddie Lee Wilkins, Trent Tucker. You know, those when I was real little, those are the games I would attend. And like the crowd wanting certain people to shoot and certain people to not shoot. You know, the crowd cheering floor burns as much as they would a dunk. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of passion and the kind of awareness that New York basketball fans have.
Man, for me, Knicks Nation, it's a great family. It's a great family, and I talk this because I tell for you in backstage. This channel we make it so many interviews with so many people from New York, and I feel this feeling between Nick fans so great, and for me, Knicks Nation now it's my family too. It's my family, man. I can't explain for you uh, uh, with um, then New York Knicks. Sorry, my English. Okay, represent for me, bro. I can't explain. So, J Life, I want to talk with you about the New York Knicks, of
Absolutely.
course, of course.
Let's go.
Uh, First of all, what's your expectations with Jalen Brunson and Isaiah Hartenstein in this team for next season?
I'm looking forward to Jalen Brunson. I've been watching ever since the playoffs when he really showed everybody on a big stage what he can do, just in terms of leading the team when Luka Doncic wasn't there, and then still making his presence felt when Luka was there. And just, you know, the more you learn about him, you realize, you know, every level that he's been at, he's been slept on, and he's shown improving. You know what I'm saying? From high school to college to the pros, and now it's like he's coming. He's got the bag, but he's also got a chip on his shoulder, and he's got, you know, a squad that's hungry, that's his age, and that, you know, everybody has something to prove. So, and you know, like point guard has been that thing. We were hoping that Kimba would fill that void last year, and it just didn't work out, whether it's, you know, health reasons or age reasons or whatever. You know, we know the passion and you know, we know it wasn't for a lack of trying. It just didn't work out. So, you know, hitting the reset button with Jalen Brunson, like Leon Rose said, you know, number one point guard in free agency, which is, when's the last time the Knicks got the number one point guard in free agency? You can't say that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about Brunson. Hartenstein, excuse me, I almost sneezed. I like it just because, you know, we've had so many bigs that are just, you know, anchored to the paint, you know, had to just stay in the dunker spot and wait their turn, you know, from Nerlens Noel to some degree, you know, Jericho Sims is like that. You know, Mitch has been like that ever since he's been there. You know, it's always somebody that's just basically, you know, wait for your spot, catch a lob, get an offensive rebound. Now you have somebody that's a little bit more dynamic, that's not afraid to shoot from the outside, which is going to open things up for everybody else a little bit when he's in there, you know. So that's important. That's important. As much as we love Mitch, and, you know, if Mitch wants to take a three, you know, if he wants to do the what's the twin that went from the Nets to the Bucks that all of a sudden had a 3-point shot? You know what I'm talking about. Lopez. You know, if he wants to do the Brooklyn thing and just all of a sudden develop a 3-pointer, that'd be great. But until then, you know, we love him for what he is. but it's good to have that change of pace, and that if you need to open up the floor and make more space for the people that can drive now, what I'm saying, like you'll have more room for Brunson, you'll have more room for RJ. There might be more room for Randle to take more liberties the way he's prone to do without having like people in his way. So I think it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I think that was a under the radar, slept on signing. So
these different skills, né, from Isaiah Hartenstein can be so useful, né, from this team. I hear so many things about this center. I so many good things. He's a good passer. Can create shoots. Shoot the three. Obviously, not like Evan Fournier, for example, but can shoot three. You told, né, can be space, né, from our players, né,
and
make drives.
yeah,
I think so interesting from this team. Uh, Man, in begin, I don't like it, but so many people talking with me about this guy. Now I like it. I
I
like it, Isaiah. I am curious.
games, but I saw, just looking back at the highlights and just doing a little diligence on him. I think it's a good look, especially because he seems to care on defense too. You have to have that with a center, especially if you're backing up somebody like Mitch and taking minutes away from somebody like Sims. He's got to have to be, some kind of rim protector, some kind of presence on defense. So
Yes.
I'm excited to see him.
Yes, me too. This guy can be create space, open the floor. Man, I am so curious. I am so curious with this guy in the Knicks. Jalen Brunson, I like so much your energy. It's not my PG of my dreams, but it's a PG, a solid PG.
Yeah.
The Knicks are don't have a good PG long time ago. I love Derrick Rose, for example, but Derrick Rose, it depends your health, nah? But I love Derrick Rose, bro. I am suspect about Derrick Rose. I have 2 3 jerseys from this guy here. I like so much this guy.
Yeah.
But Knicks don't have a PG, a solid PG. And I think Jalen Brunson is not a franchise player, is not the best player in this league, but I believe solid PG with RJ Barrett can be help Julius Randle. Julius Randle in the last season, everybody knows.
Yeah.
I won't talk with you about Julius Randle.
Yeah.
But man, really, I think he will be so great. Knicks with Jalen Brunson, bro.
I do too. I think his stock is on the rise. I don't think he's a brand name yet, just because of where he was drafted and how he was coming off the bench. But with this opportunity, at his young age, he might not be a brand name coming in, but let him show and prove and do what he knows he can do. And the fact that think what Alan Hahn likes to say, shout out to Alan Hahn, or that with his blood in the ground, because Rick Brunson used to be a Knick, and he grew up here. I mean, between Obi Toppin and RJ Barrett talking about his grandfather, I believe, and Jalen Brunson having history here. It's a good feeling. I'm kind of glad that everyone's still here. You know what I mean?
Yes. I just say one thing. God, please help this guy. Help Jalen Brunson in the Knicks. Really. Today, do you saw, RJ Barrett? RJ Barrett said the Knicks will shock. Man, I really hope it's true. I really hope, bro. I really hope RJ Barrett it's correct.
no doubt.
Really?
Media day, training camp is always like seems like a first day of school. Everybody's all hopeful,
Yes.
happy to be back and everything. So we can keep that energy all throughout the season, man. That'd be good. You know what I'm saying? So I know RJ wants to shock the world. I'm really rooting for it because people been sleeping on RJ for so long. You know what I'm saying? It's just like before Zion got to Duke, he was the number one recruit in the country. He's got all of this pedigree, all of this, all of these accolades coming out of high school. He does his thing in Duke. And it's like, yeah, okay, third pick in the draft, but bona fide third pick in the draft. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we have our guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm with him, man. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm drinking the Maple Mamba Kool-Aid, man. I'm all in on RJ, and I'm glad he didn't get traded. Glad he got his extension. Glad he's ready for the season. And I'm not worried about it, man. I expect big things, personally.
I have a question for RJ Barrett. You talked about RJ Barrett. I have a question for you.
Okay.
All interviews in this channel, I make this question.
Okay.
And will make for you too. In your opinion, RJ Barrett can be a future All-Star or not, in your opinion?
Future All-Star, perennial All-Star. Like, I think if he does what he needs to do for New York, he'll be voted in every year. But I think his talent and his skills and his effort and his grit is such that even if he's not voted in every year, he'll be a coach's decision every year. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I'm very bullish on RJ, put it that way. So, yeah, All-Stars is the baseline in my opinion.
Okay. And I won't talk with you about Julius Randle.
Why not?
I want your opinion about Julius Randle. Do you think Julius Randle can play better with Jalen Brunson? What do you think about this guy?
I hope that he finds his groove and fits in and gels with the team. I don't think that there's chemistry issues with his teammates, but I think he has to fit in to a spot where he knows his role, he knows what liberties he can take, and he knows what he doesn't need to do. Because I think his first year, it was set up to where, okay, we didn't get Kevin Durant, we didn't get Kyrie Irving, we didn't get Zion Williamson. So they gave the keys to Randle, and it was like, okay, this is your team. And you gave the keys to him, but the car had all kinds of engine trouble, so he couldn't really get it going like that. And when you're the guy on a subpar team with great expectations that's been waiting for these superstars, and they're like, we didn't get a superstar, but we got you. Okay, let's see what you can do. And he disappointed in that first year, and he was getting, people were ready to run him out of the city. He came back that second year, and he did amazing. But the question remained, was the crowd came back for the playoffs, and did the coach turn back into a pumpkin? You know what I'm saying? Was that it? And that third year was his chance to show and prove, okay, even with the crowd in the Garden, I'm still that guy. And it just didn't work out. I mean, I think, when you really look into it, there's so many factors for last season between, Kemba, Fournier being in the starting lineup, you know what I'm saying? No more Bullock, no more Elfrid Payton. Say what you want about Elfrid Payton. He was
working. Elfrid Payton. Don't talk this name, please. Joking.
Elfrid Payton and Reggie Bullock, you know what I'm saying? It didn't work out with Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier last year. So Randle had a just to. And I think, with the whole thumbs down thing, we don't really, as fans, we don't know what these players are going through behind the scenes. If I'm not mistaken, there's like, new children in the family, there's all this professional pressure, you know what I'm saying? So to have to have this, adversarial relationship with the fans to where he's got the ball and they're chanting for Obi Toppin. He's got the ball and they're chanting for RJ Barrett. I mean, that would get to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had situations like that. I could tell stories when I was the opening act at a show and people were chanting for the headliner, and I had to finesse the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just thumbs down the crowd. I was like, look, the guy you're waiting for is still at the hotel. I'll be glad to get off stage if you want, but it's still going to be another half hour before you see who you came to see. So do you want to continue to rock on? And then that's how you kind of, you know what I'm saying, I won the crowd over. I remember that. I had a couple situations like that. I actually had a song called Hush the Crowd about how, when you're the opener and they came to see the headliner, you really have to earn that respect. And I think on some level, Randle's had to deal with that because people were expecting Kevin Durant and they got Julius Randle. On some level, he's had to deal with that in the sense that, we wanted him to be that guy and he wasn't. Then he came back and he was, and then he wasn't again. So now it's like we don't know what to expect. But I think it's more about the team around him and knowing that he doesn't have to be point forward. He doesn't have to be the only, penetrating option, so to speak. He can kick it out and get it back. He can put himself where he needs to be. You know what I'm saying? He can pick his spots. And, the talent is there. The talent is undeniable. The athleticism is there. It's undeniable. We know he knows the game. It's a matter of, does he fit in and is he comfortable with his role? We're not going to, hopefully they're not going to be asking him to do too much. Hopefully we get more time to see Obi Toppin flourish, because that's another ill situation where, Toppin was drafted. You would think he deserves to start. But he was drafted because we were worried about Randle, and then Randle came back and showed and kept his spot. So it's like you got two starting power forwards you got to make time for. Obi seems like the type where he doesn't, whenever you put him in, he's going to be fine. But Randle, with that crowd, he's got to win that crowd early in the year and keep it. You know what I'm saying? He's got to be He's got to be the MC of the team. You know what I'm saying? He's got to master the ceremony in that regard.
Man, it's complicated. In Brazil, so many people angry about this guy. In Brazil, had two hashtags in the last season.
Okay.
The first hashtag Trade Randle and hashtag Fire Chips. Two hashtags. Yeah. People joking so much in the Knicks Fans Brazil because angry with Randle, né? Randle, for me, in the last season, the biggest problem with him is it's in your mind, because we have two Randles in the last two seasons. The pandemic season with him, MIP, etc. And the last season, the Randle cell phone with journalists. Bro,
right, yeah.
It's complicated, man. I don't lie for you and audience. I like so much Randle in the pandemic season, but man, I so disappointed with him in the last season. Man, I don't agree a player from your fans, bro. I can understand depression. People say bad things for him, but man, Randle is a professional guy. It's a professional player.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's a human.
Exactly. Human and passionate, and you have your family at the game and they're booing you in your city and in your building, and then you're down and you come back and now they want to cheer you right after they booed you, and it's like, nah, keep that same energy. So I get it. It was a very New York thing to do to New Yorkers. But you're not gonna out New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes.
You want to keep that same energy, they're going to keep that same energy. We need to switch the energy now. So I think, judging by the media day, I think they're ready to switch the energy back to something better to keep.
I just hope Randall, not straight. Okay, I just want Randall help this team in the next season. Just it,
Yeah.
just it. And I want to talk with you about a question. So many Knicks fans in Brazil, with Americans, I talked so much. In your opinion, do you prefer Quentin Grimes or Evan Fournier starter in this team, and why?
I'm gonna say Grimes only because he seems very special on defense. And that's not to take anything away from Evan Fournier. I mean, the fact that he made more threes last season than any other Knick, and
Yes.
that's nothing to shake a stick at. I think, I would go with Grimes just because he earned his spot. I mean, to be a rookie and crack Tibbs rotation tells you something. We know that he's established himself as a reliable shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely making his bones on defense. And then in the summer league, he showed that, that's not all. He's not just a 3-and-D guy. He can facilitate a little bit. He can put the ball on the floor a little bit. And I don't think wanting Grimes to start is a knock against Evan Fournier.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm curious to see Evan Fournier without Kemba Walker. Because I think, I know some Boston fans that were like, good luck on defense with Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker in your backcourt. So now if you balance out Jalen Brunson's size with Quentin Grimes' just doggedness on defense, and
yes,
bring in Evan Fournier to play kind of that, Kyle Korver role as just, sharpshooter off the bench that just comes in and gives you that lift, along with a Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly. I think that's a really good look.
I joking with Ron in the Still Knicks Fans channel. I tell for Ron, Ron, we can buy a glass for Fournier. In your glass, Fournier, just see Boston Celtics every night, every games, bro.
He dropped
MVP, Evan Fournier, MVP.
Paint like in these glasses. The opponent, Boston Celtics. The team,
yes,
France. So if we get like France against the Boston Celtics in Evan Fournier's eyes, then we're gonna be okay.
Yes. I believe you're Evan Fournier MVP from NBA.
We need a Olympic Fournier.
yes.
Like
I don't guess Tom Thibodeau Quentin Grimes starter. I don't guess.
You don't think so?
But
never know.
In the season, maybe. But I don't guess. And I want your opinion about, for example, too. Obi Toppin, in your opinion, has a chance for more minutes in the next season, and other players. But first of all, I want your opinion about Obi Toppin. What do you think about this?
I think the beauty of Obi is when he's on the floor, he doesn't need the ball. He moves without the ball. And he, it's kind of like when D'Antoni says the ball finds energy. That's how he always ends up with those lobs. So it's a change of pace from Randle because Randle needs the ball. So,
yes.
And I know everybody, like we all love to just be backseat drivers about the rotation and who's getting how many minutes. And it's fun to bellyache about that on Twitter. But at some point, we got to just let Tibbs be Tibbs. And if he's not gonna, whatever he does, long as they're winning, it's fine. If he
Mm-hmm.
play Randle way more than Toppin, if they're winning, people won't be mad about Randle more than Toppin. If they're losing, people are gonna want Toppin. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
if Tibbs goes Randle heavy and light on the Toppin, he better win. That's all I'm gonna say. He better win. You would hate to have another situation where Obi ends up getting his minutes because we're not in the playoff picture. That shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't come to that. If they start slow, you don't have to bench Randle. Just give Toppin more minutes to see what happens because you already know what he brings as far as just being low maintenance and finding his spots. I think that's very important, especially when you have, Brunson is ball dominant, Barrett is ball dominant, Randle is ball dominant. They can be ball dominant together, but that makes Obi that glue guy when he's in there because he's just kind of lurking around and people have to watch where he is because next thing you know, he's on their head. You know what I'm saying? And he can shoot, and he can
Yes.
post up a little bit and he can put the ball on the floor a little bit. So like, let him be the glue guy that he is. Let him get his minutes with, let him. I think it'd be good if when he's on the floor, you have to keep him on the floor because that's the kind of impact he has. But at the same time, I mean, if Randle is doing what he's supposed to be doing, then it's an embarrassment of riches. It's one of them, it's like The Wire. It's one of them good problems, as I like to say.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I agree. Obi Toppin, it's a showtime, né? It's a showtime, Obi Toppin. Do you see a Knicks fans? Obi in the garden.
I hope it's when he's in the game and not when Randle's at the foul line. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, 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 yes. But I am worried about, for example, Ken Reddish, because this player for me it's a good player, but this player needs a chance, needs a show for us your talent. In your opinion, what do you think about Ken Reddish in this team?
He's got to earn it. He's got to show and prove. I mean, the fact of the matter is, and I think by the time he was traded there, Grimes was already established in the rotation, if I'm not mistaken. And I know Grimes got his opportunity by way of injury, but when Grimes got his opportunity, he became the kind of player that Tibbs couldn't take off the floor. So Cam Reddish came in here. He took Kevin Knox's spot. Knox had his moments, but his defense was underwhelming and his shot was inconsistent and his decision making was not as, was left some things to be desired. And so they traded a first to get Cam Reddish. He's got to show that he's that much of an upgrade over Kevin Knox, and he's got to earn his spot in the rotation the same way the likes of Quentin Grimes and Jericho Sims. So if he can be patient and do that, we've heard things about training camp and how he was, in Westchester all summer and things of that nature. That's great. I think I saw something in media day where he changed his number to 0. I don't know if that's like a message. A lot of times you hear players changing their name to 0, like people are counting them out. So they want to, come back and prove to the world. Good. Let that, like I'm very much a dark side of the force guy, man. Let that hate, fuel your passion. You know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because again, that would be one of those good problems if you have to find time for Cam Reddish, because size-wise, he gives you, possibly better defense than Fournier. So who knows? But I mean, he's got to work his way. He's got a lot of competition. He's got Fournier. He's got Grimes. He's got, if you're going to put him at the 4, then he's got to find time. That's Randle and Obi before him. So it's not like he's going to play center. He's got to find his spots.
Man, but I won't see in some games. I forgot this word, man. I can't believe. um, Obi playing together with Randall.
5, yep.
I forgot. I shiny now. I forgot this word now, but I won't see this team without centers. Without center, I forgot expression.
Small ball.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm shiny now. I'm shiny.
You could. I don't know how
I,
to.
I, I, I'm very curious because so many teams, Jay, in this league, use this format.
Yeah.
Golden State Warriors, for example, with Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond Green is small compared with another centers.
Draymond Green he's small, but he's a different kind of, what I'm saying, he's an anomaly because his awareness on defense, what I'm saying, he's like a middle linebacker, you know what I mean? Like he's doing different things, he doesn't need his size to play defense. So unless you have someone like Draymond Green, it's kind of hard to do that.
Yes.
But like really good teams, you can put Kevin Durant at center and it'd be a small ball lineup. So if you Randle, if Obi Toppin can win Thibodeau's confidence on defense, that would allow a 5
good point
of Obi Toppin and Julius Randle, because I don't think you want Randle playing the 5. I think he slimmed down so he could possibly play the 3. But if Obi can survive the 5, then you have a situation where you have a lot more versatility in your lineups.
Yes, I want to see too RJ Barrett playing together with Ken Reddish. These players are coming from Duke together, but I don't believe so much teams can be used these players together. But I really curious see more these players playing together.
I don't put as much stock in that personally, only because it's not like back in my days watching college ball where, players are there 3 or 4 years, you know what I'm saying? Like the UN, the Kentucky's.
Yes.
Like now you got these guys that's 1 year, you know what I'm saying? So I know when they had a whole year together, but it's still just 1 year. So I don't think that's necessary. Like there's gonna be some kind of magic chemistry between RJ and Cam.
I understand.
I think it's just more same draft class. They have a rapport, and it would be a cool thing to see. But I don't know that it's necessarily.
Don't worry. And they are in your opinion about Emmanuel Quickley. Emmanuel Quickley had a great season. Your first season, almost rookie of the year. Almost,
I know he was doing his thing. I know, like me, I remember when the first time he was on the floor with Lou Williams and he ran up to him and said that he was a player he looked up to, and Lou Williams gave him his props after the game. I see him in that role. I think he could start personally, but I don't think he has to start to make an impact. I think he's at that. I just see him in that kind of Lou Williams, Vinnie Johnson microwave role where he just comes in and changes the pace of things.
But 60 men. Do you think it's a good option in your opinion or not?
I think the bench is so deep. We have several people that could, flourish into a 6-man role. But Quickley is definitely one of those people. Quickley is one of those people because he just seems to affect games. Like, all right, what needs to happen for us to get a lead or keep a lead or win? He's just like, all right, that's the kind of energy he seems to bring. In my opinion, he's got the wingspan on defense. He's smart. He moves, and like every summer league, you see him, putting his leadership skills on display. So, and then you see it in games too. So I like Quickley a lot. He's another one that I'm glad didn't get traded. And I think 6-man is definitely something that he could do. I don't know that anybody has to try to focus on that because, like, a lot of times, especially with the Knicks, you hear people come in and say they want to be. I think didn't Beasley, when he came, say he was gunning for the 6-man role? I can't remember, but I can remember at least 2 or 3 moments where before the season somebody was trying to be the 6-man, and it's like, No, just do your job, you know, impact the game, focus on the wins, and everything else will take care of itself.
And what do you think about this interview with Leon Rose, bro? For me, it's a soft interview. I love so much Alan Hahn, okay?
Yeah.
I love so much, but it's a script, it has a script. It's a soft interview. I want to see Leon Rose talk so much with the Knicks fans, bro. I understand. Leon Rose can be careful with us, but man, Nick fans needs your leader talk more with us.
I don't care. I'll tell you why. I love it. Because
it's a cut. It's a cut from this interview.
I remember when Phil Jackson was here before we figured out how, you know, out of touch he seemed to be for the Knicks. And he was talking to the press, and I'll never forget this. It was hilarious to me because they were asking him questions about, oh, what do you did? What, you know, were you asleep at this gym or whatever? Or did you go here? Did you watch this? Did you scout this player? Did you do these things? And he was basically, look, Steve Mills is the general manager. He goes out and does those things. I'm the president. And the follow-up, I'll never forget this. They were like, so what do you do as president? And he said, I preside. It's like, you think of that word preside as a president, you know, it's like you hear that in a court where they, you know, the judge says, you know, now presiding, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking over all of this. I'm the man behind the register, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, everybody's like, oh, we got Leon Rose. He's an agent. He's supposed to get us a star, right? And I'm like, I ain't worried about getting us a star. Build us a team. But the thing is, agents don't talk to the press. Agents talk to the players and the other agents. Agents make things happen. Agents don't report what happened. They make things happen. So I'm not worried about him communicating with the fans as much as him being a good president with all that staff that he has, with the Walt Perrins and the you know, all of these different people. Like he ran down the list of his whole cabinet, right? He's like, here's my whole cabinet. This guy does scouting. This guy's my capologist. This guy is my, you know, my mover and shaker, so to speak, with Worldwide West. So he's like, look, sure, I'll come out and wave at the people, but it's not my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I personally, I appreciate the fact that because of Leon Rose, we're not as worried about, you know, Mr. Dolan coming in and, you know, changing a trade, whether it be the Melo trade or the, you know, the name escapes me, but the point guard from Toronto that almost got here, you know, and the whole idea that, you know, his passion gets in the way sometimes. And I think Phil did a job of that, but Phil was just so triangle oriented that everything else kind of flew by the wayside. But with Leon Rose, it's like, okay, I have my coach. I believe in my coach. People are complaining about him, but I'll take those slings and arrows. You know, we have our guy in Randle. I believe in my guy Randle. People are complaining about him. I'll take those slings and arrows. You know, you have this owner. He has this media policy that everybody hates. I'll take those slings. For me, that's the job of a president. Is like, okay, I'll be the face that you hate when we're losing, and then when we're winning, none of this will ever matter. You know what I'm saying? So I personally, you know, that at the age I am now, I can appreciate somebody that says, okay, we're going to do this scripted. I'm not going to answer any questions that you might want to ask that are too salacious to answer. So I'm not even going to let you ask me those questions. How about that? Right? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we have this love-hate relationship with the Knicks beat, as it were, right now. You know, we have our favorites and our nemesis, so to speak. And you know, fat shout out to Mark Berman. I think he announced that he's this is his last year on the beat, or maybe his last day. I'm not sure. I know his reign is coming to an end, and salute. You know, as much as we want to complain about the post coverage and the daily news coverage and Newsday back in the day. I remember back when Alan Hahn was at Newsday. As much as we want to complain about the negative cloud, as Melo would put it, over the team, and how the press influences that, and whether or not that affects free agents coming. You know, you gotta love it as a kind of cat and mouse thing, and just appreciate it. It's kind of like there's that TV show on HBO. No, it was on Apple with the soccer coach. I don't know why the name escapes me, but I know in that show there was this one guy in the press that every time he would ask a question, everybody was like, "Oh God, here we go." And it's like, I know that, you know, the press hates the way Dolan runs communications, and that's just the thing as fans that we just gotta, you know, kind of observe like a tennis match, so to speak. But the way media is now, the way social media is now, the way teams can go directly to the fans, the way players go directly to the fans, the way fans have this, you know, community, like, you know, platforms like this and so many other different platforms where we get our news and our punditry and our analysis to the point where we learn so much about the game and just kind of enjoy each other's growth. I think all of that stuff is what David Stern would call palaver. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, is, you know, he asked softball questions, he got softball answers. If you ask hardball questions, guess what you're gonna get? Softball answers. So what does it matter?
No, I understand. I super understand your point, and really respect. Because man, I just funny in this interview super this part. Alan Hahn for Leon Rose. What do you think about this temporary? Is temporary?
Right.
No.
Right.
Finish.
Right.
Another question, man. I stay.
It's like some kind of like Soviet communist media or something.
but I think important. Knicks talk with fans.
Yeah.
But it's this part for me. It's so funny, bro. It's this part. I stay this format with my TV.
Like,
but okay. C'est la vie. Continue.
Like the mistakes, like, yeah, we were tampering a little bit, but you know, it's everybody tampers. What's the big deal, right? No, he's not going to do that. The last time that happened, the last time anything remotely like that happened was when James Dolan was on the Michael K show talking about, yeah, I'm pretty sure that people want to come to New York. That's like, we don't need that. So no.
I think so funny, bro. And the last question. What's your expectations with this team in the next season? What's your expectations, bro?
I'm gonna say 80-2. Honestly, I expect them to be the 6th seed at least. I think they're gonna have to, you know, just cast aside the power rankings, take one game at a time, beat as many teams as they're supposed to, beat all the teams you're supposed to, and half the teams that you're not supposed to, and you'll be a 6th seed. That's just how I look at it. That's what that's not just my expectation. That's what I want. That's what I'm rooting for. The 6th seed. You know, I don't care how you do it. I remember when Melo was here towards the end of one of the seasons where they were in the playoffs, the mantra was "they in our way." And I really like that. They in our way. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got today. Mm-hmm. They in our way. I don't care who, because like, all right, look. If you go down the power rankings, right?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe the Knicks are the 10th, 11th, 12th best team in the East, maybe, right? But
yes.
If you take each of those teams on an individual basis and say, yeah, they have their stars and we don't have a star like that. But if you go roster and you say, hey, can you beat this team today? Yes. Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson. Can you beat this team? Derrick Rose. Can you beat this team today? Yes. Since you can say that for every other team in the league, we've seen them beat the Celtics. We've seen them beat the Lakers. We've seen them beat the Clippers. We've seen nobody's swept us.
Mm-hmm.
Beat any of these teams. You got the Nets. You know we're going to be extra hype. We can beat them. Are we a better team than them? No. Can we beat them? Yes. So get to the 6th seed. Don't think about no play-in. Don't think about trying to maybe hopefully have a one-shot chance to make the playoffs. No. Go in there every day. Whoever's on the schedule, whoever's on the docket, they in our way. And go out and get them. And if you don't get them, learn, go back the next day, win the next game. No more of these, they lost 3 in a row, they lost 4 in a row. No, this team should not be losing more than 2 games in a row, personally. They have the players, they have the moxie, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, other people might not count on them. They're not counting themselves out. So go get them. Just go get them. Just go get it done. That's New York basketball. Just go get it done. Look at the two finals teams that we've had. You know what I'm saying? You look 99, right? Spurs,
Yes.
Rockets. Sure, we lost those finals. But those teams were not on paper, high seeds, right?
Yes.
Wasn't one of those teams an 8th seed that got to the finals in the shortened season, if I'm not mistaken? I could be wrong. But point is, they weren't world beaters when they got to the finals.
Man, I miss so much this finals. you talk about this. I want to cry, bro. I want to cry because I miss so much the seasons.
The locker room,
bro.
Games. I will be the designated Theo Pinson for this season and tell them, just go. Whoever's on the schedule is in your way. Go get them.
Yes.
Go kill them.
Oh, bro.
Straight up.
Bro. I remember this team. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan lost 2 games for us in 93. And we make Michael Jordan sad with us. Okay, later Michael Jordan revenge with us. Okay, but 2 lost game for us, Michael Jordan. I remember this.
Yeah.
Okay, man, I just miss this team great again, bro. Really. New York City deserves. Knicks fans around the world deserve this, bro. Really.
That's right.
I feel your passion. I feel your passion.
Yeah.
So far away. It's crazy. It's crazy because I really feel your feeling about this team. It's insane, bro. Insane. Talk about the Knicks. And man, I like so much. Man, I talk with you in backstage. This channel, we make a trip coming soon, and I really hope meet you in New York, bro. Really.
I live in Atlanta, but I can meet you in New York. I can meet you in Sao Paulo because I'm coming.
I will tell for you. It's a good time for you know about your about this trip.
Okay.
And you can see me and another Brazilians, bro. Sorry my English in this interview, but I try my best. Okay, I try my best.
Good, you're good. Hopefully I have a little Portuguese by the time I get to Sao Paulo. So.
No, man, I like so much this interview. It's a great pleasure bring you in the Knicks Fans Brazil channel. I hope you enjoy and you come back in the future.
Absolutely. Season. After the first 10 game win streak of the year, we'll come back on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time with us, bro. Really. I like so much. Okay, bro.
All right, y'all. Peace.
And peace, bro. See you. Go Knicks. Queria comentar com vocês, né? Nós temos agora uma novidade aqui com relação ao Knicks Fans Brasil, que o canal agora pode ter o programa de membros, né? No YouTube. Então eu gostaria de pedir para você que puder, se inscreva também, né? Seja membro do Knicks Fans Brasil. Apenas R$ 7,99 por mês. Apenas 7,99. E você vai ter vantagens exclusivas por ser membro do canal Knicks Fans Brasil. Uma delas, você vai ter grupo especial no WhatsApp, que você vai ter as notícias sempre antes, né? Vídeos e etc. sempre ditos antes para os membros. Benefícios que vão ser estudados ao longo do tempo, que vão ser exclusivos para vocês. Além de sorteios, galera. Quem for membro vai ter essa vantagem, galera. Então, bora lá, participa e apoia o canal Knicks Fans Brasil, pessoal. Beleza? E aí, pessoal, este foi mais um vídeo aqui no canal Knicks Fans Brasil. Espero que vocês tenham gostado, né? E como é de praxe, pessoal, você mesmo que está assistindo pela primeira vez o canal Knicks Fans Brasil, não se esqueça de se inscrever, se inscreva aqui no canal Knicks Fans Brasil. Não esqueça, né, você que já é inscrito, de ativar o sininho para notificação de novos vídeos. E também sempre deixar o seu like, um comentário, compartilhar com os amigos, por que não? Para ajudar com que o canal Knicks Fans Brasil chegue cada vez em mais e mais pessoas, pessoal. Beleza? Conto com a ajuda de vocês, Knicks Fans. Um abraço!
I do. Are you down with the orange and the blue? I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm down with the orange and the blue. I'm a Knicks fan. I gotta stay true. Yes, I do. Are you down with the orange and the blue? I'm a Knicks fan.